So Sting is getting ready to retire. I'm sad about that. I was a fan back in the 80s during the days of Cowboy Bill Watts promotion UWF when he was one of the Blade Runners, Rock and Sting. And they were these awesome guys with the face paint and this guy who had this incredible vertical leap and great athletic ability. And then you go to the days of Worldwide Wrestling, and I saw him wrestle Flair for 60 minutes. And coming from New Jersey, where you just got jobbers and you never got a main event except for occasionally Saturday night's main event. And guess what? Hogan was going to win. You never saw anyone go 60 minutes or dedicate an entire match to 1 hour long program. But that's what we would get. And then, the WCW and the Monday Night Wars, and he becomes the Crow. And now, he's, then the stint in WWE and AEW, and he's just been everywhere and he's done everything, and he's one of the greatest of all time, and he's getting ready to retire. I'm sad about that. And his last match is coming up on March 3rd, which is going to be this Sunday. So here I want to talk about, there seems to be some controversy as to who's going to be at Sting's last match. If you're allowed to go to Sting's last match, everybody should be at Sting's last match, as far as I'm concerned. Get your ass there. Go see the match. Get yourself backstage. Go. But there's some controversy surrounding it, so I thought I'd start out with a couple of articles. This one from the Sportster, and it says Sting's final match, thesportster.com. Everything wrestling fans need to know. And this is by Brandon Ewing from 2 days ago. The final match in the illustrious career of the icon, Sting, takes place on March 3rd at AEW Revolution. Here is everything you need to know. His partner, Darby Allin, will face the Young Bucks in his career highlights a long and remarkable wrestling legacy. The match has an emotionally charged storyline with legends Lex Luger, Kevin Nash, and Ric Flair potentially making an appearance. And I can't see how Flair won't be there, but we'll get into some of the others. The final match is in the long, storied, and illustrious career of the man who has brought to life many historical memories, matches, and rivalries. And as far as I know, he was always professional. I've never heard anybody complain about him. In his 39 years as a wrestling legend is upon us. You cannot deny the amazing career Sting has had. He has won multiple world championships and accolades across the NWA, WCW, TNA Wrestling, WWE, and AEW. Sting's career has been nothing short but breathtaking and amazing. As he prepares for his final match, Sting will be teaming with Darby Allin, with or without Ric Flair in their corner, as they defend the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks. Here is everything you need to know about Sting's final match. And there's his stats: 6'2", 250 pounds, 64 years old. My God, I hope that I'm moving like that when I'm 64. Finisher is the Scorpion Deathlock and the Scorpion Death Drop. Where will it take place? AEW Revolution, Greensboro Coliseum, Greensboro, North Carolina. The setting has historical implications as it served as the setting for Sting's major breakout match at NWA Clash of Champions against the Nature Boy Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, with Sting and Flair wrestling to a 45-minute draw. How can you watch it? Will be airing, AEW Revolution will be airing worldwide across the globe on various streaming platforms and satellite or cable outlets. For the U.S., you can watch AEW Revolution on all traditional cable television and satellite providers under standard pay-per-view event prices of around $50. Bleacher Report will also be streaming the event at the same cost on all streaming apps. If you want to watch AEW Revolution outside your home but can't attend the event, you can watch the event at your select movie theaters, David Buster's, Tom's Watch Bar, located throughout the United States. I might see if my local cinema is going to stream it. That would be cool. Get a big bucket of popcorn and just watch some cool AEW. Lastly, if you live outside the U.S. and you want to watch AEW Revolution, you may do so through Triller TV, that's Fight TV, YouTube, and other outlets such as Sky Italia, Eurosports India, Stars Play, New World TV, and SPO TV. And I remember when I lived in India and I wanted to watch these pay-per-views, I would watch them on Sony Live, and I'd have to get up at like 5 in the morning because of the time difference. But I was always up. So, I mean, it's an amazing thing. Yeah, and he's going to be facing Darby Allin. Will be against Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, who have been repackaged as two brothers who have taken their role at AEW EVPs to a new level, using their power to their advantage to corrupt AEW and attempt to rid the company of any wrestler or personality that stands in their way. A few weeks ago, and I'm going to put the link to this in the description, after Sting and Darby Allin captured the World Tag Team Championship, Sting celebrated his victory with his sons, Garrett and Steven, in what should have been a special moment for the Borden family that turned ugly. The Young Bucks attacked the new champs and even attacked Steven and Garrett Bowden. And the YouTube video is right there if you want to check it out once I put the link in. I don't want to get hit with the copyright. A week later on AEW Dynamite, Sting and Darby Allin replied to the heinous assault constructed by the power-tripping Young Bucks. Darby Allin showed a picture of Sting with his sons from 1998, saying they were about the same age as the Young Bucks' own children. Sting revealed that his father passed away recently at the age of 89, discussing how much a hero he was to him. The clearly emotional Sting questioned his own mortality, but promised the fans and wrestling critics that he will bring everything he has, quote unquote, left in him at Revolution. Which wrestling legends will be in attendance? Well, Lex Luger and Kevin Nash. Now, let's see what's going on with that. Let's move on, because here's where it gets a little funky. There seems to be this controversy as to who's going to get involved, who's going to be there, can they be there? And Sting has connected with so many people over the years that it seems ridiculous that there's politics or corporate rules as to whether or not they can attend. But let's find out. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's go with Lex Luger. And this is from Yahoo. Russell's on it. Lex Luger, back in the day, in the 90s, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. I know he gets a lot of criticism for various reasons, but in the 90s, especially in the WCW, the Monday Night Wars, just an all-time favorite of mine. Definitely had a great look. Powerful guy. I liked him. So Lex Luger comments on potentially attending Sting's last match. And this is from Monday, the 28th, 2 days ago. 1 minute read. And this is by Colin Tessier. Lex Luger teases that he might be going to AEW Revolution so he can see Sting's last match live. Now, as we know, Luger is now wheelchair bound due to an accident. Very unfortunate. Seems to have turned his life around, but, definitely paid the price for some reckless living. Sting was a significant part of Lex Luger's career. That's absolutely correct. And they have been friends for numerous years. Sting's legendary career will conclude. Okay. And let's not get into that. Speaking on Lex expressed on ad-free shows, Lex Luger was asked whether he will be attending Sting's last match. You want me to answer that? Well, we'll leave it at what you just said. But let me put it this way. We go back 35 years of friendship, which we talked about the guys getting together in the Garden. Friendship sometimes transcends the kayfabe, and there may be ramifications. There may be not. Lex Luger said, Sting was there for me at 3 a.m. after my motorcycle accident. They wanted to cut my arm off and kind of stop the doctors from cutting my arm off. So people can read into that what they want. It sounds like he's going to be there, which is going to be awesome. Of whether I might be at the building or not, and he laughs. I won't confirm anything, but I'm just saying I'll leave that in that context. WrestleZone will provide more information as it becomes available, and we will have coverage of AEW Revolution as it airs on March 3rd. Goldberg recently claimed that he tried to be a part of Sting's retirement. Check out his comments there. I'll leave that for you. So I'm going to assume that Lex Luger is going to be there. That seems like a reasonable assumption. Let's get into somebody else. There was a little more controversy around Kevin Nash. And it seems like Nash would want to be there. This is from CagedSeats.com. Kevin Nash clears up misconceptions about his comments on Sting's last match because, well, let's get into it. Let's not. Last week on his Click This podcast, Kevin Nash caused a bit of a stir online when he said Sting asked him to attend his last match at AEW Revolution on March 3rd, but that he couldn't get WWE's permission to do so. Now, all right, let's just keep going, because if that's the case, then it's just bullshit. On the latest Click This, Nash addressed the issue again. It seems a lot of folks interpreted his comments about his positioning with WWE as meaning the Hall of Famer is under contract to the company. Instead, oh geez, that's annoying. Instead, as we surmised in our post on the topic, Big Kev was concerned about the optics for his high-ranking friends at WWE. Jesus, that's pathetic. Should be shown on screen at an AEW show for any reason. Quote, I never said that he's on the WWE's payroll. What I said was that I'm a WWE guy. I can't have a picture of me in the crowd and underneath it says is all elite. If you can't put politics aside for this, I mean, that's sad. I just can't have that. It just doesn't work for one of my closest fucking friends. People is Paul Levesque. As much as I love Steve, and I know he'll only have one last match, I will watch it. We will talk about it. I just won't be there. Nash goes on to further explain why it's not personal. It shouldn't be personal, but, maybe it should be personal. Just let the guy fucking go. Man, I haven't been to a WrestleMania, a Raw, or a SmackDown, or any of the other pay-per-views. I haven't been to any events. I don't want to go to any place and be around a bunch of people, let alone wrestling people. I just don't want to do it. I'm a hermit, and that's it. My existence is, I went to the gym the other day, and the place was packed, and I just walked right out. When his Click This co-host Steve Oliver asked him why he's isolating, Nash goes on to talk about it being 16 months since the death of his son, Tristan. Okay. He's shared about that before, a loss that was understandably devastating, especially coming so soon after his dear friend Scott Hall died as a result of the same condition, alcoholism / addiction. Bottom line is that Nash doesn't work for WWE, but he still won't be in Greensboro, North Carolina this Sunday for multiple very understandable reasons. I understand the one reason, which is that he's still struggling to process all these losses. The whole thing with WWE, though, man, that's bullshit to me. But he feels the way he feels or whatever. Now, here's another one. Booker T. Booker T would consider going to Sting's final match, talks Tiffany Stratton's Elimination Chamber performance, but I'm not going to get into the Tiffany Stratton thing, although I did think she stole the Women's Elimination Chamber. On whether he would be allowed to attend Sting's last match. If I was off and I was invited, I would probably go. I mean, no one has invited me. Sting and I were close in a lot of ways. I wouldn't necessarily say Sting and I were like friends or buddies that hung out or anything. We've never hung out or anything like that. But I have always had the utmost respect for Steve. If I was invited to be at his last match, I would definitely consider it, if I was off. If I'm off, I'm always available. So I'm not sure what that is. It sounds like you should just, fucking go to the match. That would be my So, I mean, there's some weirdness there. And I don't know if it's office politics or, what you are or are not allowed to do. Go to the match, man. Go to the match. I hope Luger's there. I hope Kevin Nash changes his mind. Booker T, yeah, go, man. I mean, I think like every wrestling legend from that era should be there. I don't know. I mean, do you have to invite people? I guess. I don't know. But I would like to see everybody there. That's my video. Like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you looking for, how do you feel about Sting retiring? It's his last match. How do you feel about these people? Do you want Luger there? Nash, Booker T. Who else would you like to see there? Goldberg. Would you like to see Bret Hart? Who would you like to see there? If you could have a guest list, who would you put on there? Name two people. Two people. Two people you'd like to see there. Subscribe to the channel. I'm looking forward to Sting's last match, although it makes me sad a little bit. Like I said, I remember him from the UWF days. And wow, I guess that means I must be a certain age myself, but we won't get into that. My thanks to everybody. God bless you. And I'll see you all in the next video. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Whoa.